Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Mary Jane, and today I'll be sharing with you guys how to make Singapore noodles or rice vermicelli noodles. This is a very delicious and very easy recipe that you would want to try out. Thank you to everyone that's subscribed to this channel. Thank you for supporting this channel. Thank you for the views and all of that. I am grateful. So let's just get right into it. The first step is to prep your chicken, and for this recipe I'm using boneless chicken breast. You need to slice it and marinate it before you start cooking. So to marinate my chicken, I'm going to be adding the following ingredients. Everything I use will be properly listed in the description box. Please check it. And then once I'm done adding the ingredients, I'm going to properly mix it and then cover it and place it in my freezer to marinate for about 1.5 hours. So these are my remaining ingredients. I have my carrots, I have 2 eggs, onions, my spring onions, my bell peppers, ginger paste, I have my garlic paste, roughly blended Scotch bonnet, and then I also have my shrimp, and finally the chief ingredient, the rice vermicelli, the Singapore noodles. So this is the brand that I'm using, Rice Stick. I don't really know the name. I think it's a Chinese brand, but this is a very good brand, and it's also quite affordable. So for my veggies, I've gone ahead to cut it off camera and I'll be setting it aside. So for the sauce I'll be using for this recipe, I have half tablespoon of sesame oil, half tablespoon of light soy sauce, half tablespoon of dark soy sauce, half teaspoon of curry powder, and then half teaspoon of chili powder. So I'm just going to mix this together. This is also going to serve as my seasoning for this recipe. The next thing is to place your noodles in a bowl and run some hot water over it. And then using your kitchen tongue, you just split the strands of the rice noodles just to separate the strands from sticking together. And after doing this, you just let it sit in the hot water for about 5 minutes. Make sure the water is boiled. So I've gone ahead to season my shrimp. Please make sure you check the description box to get a detailed description of the ingredients and the measurements that I used. After adding the ingredients, I'm just going to stir it together and set it aside as well. 5 minutes later, I'm going to transfer my noodles to a sieve and I'm quickly going to run some cold water over it. This is to make sure it doesn't get any softer, it doesn't cook any further. And once I'm done doing this, I transferred it into a sieve with bigger holes so that all the liquid is going to drain out completely. I'm also going to prep my egg and I'm just adding a pinch of salt to the eggs, and I'll properly whisk it and just keep it aside. Once I'm done prepping my ingredients, I'm going to go ahead to start the cooking process. So I've added my oil to a pan, and once it gets hot, I'm going to be adding my egg. And I'm not frying this for long. I'm just going to split it this way to make sure it doesn't burn. And once it turns golden yellow, I'm taking it off the pan. The next thing is to add just a little bit more oil, just enough for me to fry my marinated chicken. It's always very important to marinate your chicken before you start stir frying it like this. It tastes better when you marinate it for a longer period of time. Probably even overnight is the best, but because I don't have time, I'm marinating it for just 1.5 hours, which is still going to give me a very good result. So I'm just going to keep stirring it so it doesn't burn. Once it turns golden brown, I'm taking it off the heat as well. So to the residue oil, I'm going to add my shrimp. If you're using this type of shrimp, you have to be careful when turning it so it doesn't, fall apart. And you don't need to do this for long. So I'm taking the shrimp off the heat as well. And then finally, I'm adding just a little oil for my vegetables. So the first thing is to add my onion. Stir it a little just for the fragrance to come out, and then I'm going to add my garlic paste. Quickly stir it together properly before adding my ginger paste as well. Once that is done, I'm going to be adding my carrots. Carrots is the toughest vegetable among everything I'm using, so that's why it's going first. The next are my bell peppers, and like I'm doing this on high heat. I've added my Scotch bonnet. You may want to skip the Scotch bonnet if you're not a fan of pepper, but I am. And I've added my spring onion, just the white part of the spring onion, and I'm going to be stirring it together. And then for my seasoning, I'm adding the sauce mix I made earlier. This is going to season this recipe. I don't need to add any more salt or any other seasoning, but if you did this and you feel like you need to spice it up a little, that's also fine. And then finally, my rice vermicelli. I'm going to combine it a little. Be careful when mixing this together so you don't break the strands of the noodles and start looking short. And so I'm going to add my eggs, and next is my shrimp, and then finally my chicken. It's always best to do this before you combine everything together so you don't end up stirring and breaking the strands. At the end of the day, the strands are looking very short, which is going to affect the appearance of the meal at the end of the day. So you want to be careful when mixing it together. I'm just particular about the strands. But this is my rice vermicelli. And then finally, I'm going to add my spring onion. Always do this last because it's a very soft vegetable. So if you do it earlier, it's just going to look too moist. The heat from the cooker will make it wilt, and that's going to affect the appearance of the dish when you're done cooking. So thank you so much guys for watching this video. Please give this video a thumbs up. Tell me what you think about it in the comment section, and also subscribe to my channel if you've not done that already. It's really going to go a long way in helping me to grow my channel. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in my next video. Till then, take care of yourselves. Bye.